So, to elaborate further on my previous video, where I'm just reflecting about where I'm putting my time and energy, what I'm expecting, and really the career path. Like I said in the previous video, the focus for me now is YouTube. YouTube is going to be the central hub for all of my video content. From there, it will stem out. So there'll be sound bites, smaller clips going off to TikTok, and then the audio will also go to like a create a podcast. And for me, that's the best way of doing it. Like I was saying before, TikTok is far too limiting. Even if they start to extend the duration, I don't think people have the attention span on a platform like TikTok. It's not. It doesn't matter what the platform wants. It doesn't mean it's never going to work that way. So even if there is, there's still an upper time limit. With YouTube, there's not. So for YouTube, I'm just free to express myself, and then people can just engage in the content however they choose. But when I do it through TikTok, I really am limiting myself, and that's where I get really frustrated. So it's a bit annoying in myself because my YouTube was growing before I threw myself back onto TikTok. So I'm at a little bit of a crossroads there because it's like I'm making my YouTube professional. Well, professional but easy to manage. So I've made like covers for each series. I've got a gaming series here. I've got one where I'm reading some books. I've also got like my main one, Thinking Out Loud, which is also my podcast. But I haven't turned all of the episodes into podcasts yet. I haven't decided totally on that. Now, compared to other YouTubers, I can't be bothered, to be honest. There's a limit. There's a limit with me. I'm not a graphic designer. I can do the basics. I can do certain things. The way they do these elaborate covers every video is crazy. They do like shocked ones, all these other expressions. It's like the amount of effort you got to go through. I want it to be professional to a point, but not where I have to put a lot of effort in regularly. So what I've done is a template for myself, so that I can just change the heading, the title here, and that's it. And I can do that. So they look a bit similar, and it might be annoying, but I still think it's better than having nothing. So there's like a middle ground with that. So what I'm intending to do now is I'm going to do a new playlist on my profiles. We've got must watch. I've got to go back through these because I've done some good videos since. For me, that's the ones. If you're going to watch anything, watch them. My Thinking Out Loud series is my main one. And then, like I said, I've got gaming, some other ones. So every now and again, the others will get topped up depending on what content I want to create. But I'm going to do a sound bites mini clips. I might call it sound bites on TikTok, on YouTube. At TikTok, I've put mini clips, and that'll be small fragments from videos. And I think that'll be useful for people just to get short snippets, really, that are impactful. I think that's worth me doing because I like it for TikTok. And I'm thinking, well, why ain't I doing it on YouTube? Because that can go on YouTube Shorts, for instance. Again, helps people, but also gets you more in the spotlight, I guess. But I also want to do a TikTok Originals playlist because, like I said, there's a lot of content I've got on TikTok that really I should be having on YouTube. But it's like, where'd you put it? Because if I put it amongst my other content, it's older content. So the production might not be as high a quality. There might be a variation to it. It just might not fit right. I think, like I said, the way I've done the videos in portrait mode on TikTok, whereas YouTube's landscape, which I'm now changing because I could still continue that way. But I'm thinking, what's the point? TikTok's moving towards landscape anyway. So because I'm already doing it for YouTube, I may as well just change it now. It's always going to be just do landscape. I prefer portrait on TikTok, but if it's going to change anyway, I'm just fighting against the tide. We might as well just jump on it now. And that's where I'm at. So effectively, like I said, YouTube will be the hub, but there's a couple of series I'm going to create that's inspired from my TikTok. So it's all helping itself, really. So that I'll go through clips that I like from my TikTok, and there'll start being a new profile here. But I'm trying to think of how I want to do a thumbnail because I don't want to make it, Thinking Out Loud's its own style. So TikTok Originals would have to be its own style. And then I think the mini clip sound bites would have to have its own style. So that way, if anyone comes on my profile, there's headings for each playlist. But I think if you can just naturally just gravitate towards looking, you know what you're going to find, immediately, oh, that's originally from TikTok, or that's a sound bite. So I'm actually quite excited about it because I feel YouTube has freed me up. I feel liberated just to create the content I want. And then from there, I can adjust it. I can splice it. I can manipulate it in a way. I can sort of take this clip, and then I can put them on other platforms. But YouTube is its raw form, and I love that because, like I said, it's for me. I'm someone that communicates. I like to express myself, And I don't like being suppressed. I don't like being time limited. I just want to be able to talk and say what's on my mind, say what I want to say. And for me, TikTok is just, it's always holding me back, you know. It's the platform and the audience. It's just what people expect from a platform. You know, it's all right extending the time limit, the upper time limit, but I don't think many people watch a 10-minute video. I mean, if I'm enjoying content, I'll just watch it all the way through, because what's the point of rushing off that content to go and find something else? If I'm already absorbed into this, I'll rather just absorb it. But a lot of people have short attention spans. So anyway, yeah, so you, over time, people will see my YouTube expanding. And there's always I wouldn't say a concern, but it's the way we evolve. My focus primarily now, like I said, is YouTube. So there is a chance at some point that I do just completely stop TikTok, because it depends on what way TikTok's going. Is it worth me taking the time to post? Are there going to be new rules around posting? Is there only specific content? It depends on what the rules become for the platform. TikTok's trying to become YouTube, but I don't see how it can. It could be popular to an extent, but there's no way anyone's going on TikTok to find deep educational content. You're gonna naturally go YouTube. It's easy to find, and people already have sort of the people they subscribe to. And there's people on YouTube that are just not on TikTok. But I'd argue the people on TikTok that want to be able to create that content will also be on YouTube. I don't think it goes the other way, though. So what I'd say is, if anyone's interested, it's maybe worth subscribing to my YouTube channel, because you know that's where I'm going to be. Whether I stay on TikTok, I don't know. The plan is to stay. But again, it becomes down to how much the rules change, if at all they do. But it's not, at the moment, it's not really costing me anything. I literally just come onto TikTok, upload content directly through their website now. I don't do it from my phone. So the videos I create, they upload straight to YouTube, and they go straight over to TikTok for the most part. If I decide to do like little mini clips, then I'm going to have to use that in an editor, of course. But the plan then is for them both to go to TikTok and YouTube anyway. So it's sort of win-win, really. It's like just multifaceted. And that's what it really is. It's like the main thing it is out of all this is that I'm doing more content, because what it is on my YouTube channel at the moment, I don't think there's a lot of spiritual content is what I'm noticing. It was more about healing, and I'm like, there's a big part of me that's spiritual, and I've shared an awful lot of that journey through my books and through video content, but on YouTube it's just not there. So I'm like, need to find a way to get that on there. I'm going to do some fresh content for YouTube on the spiritual journey, because I feel like it's unsaid at the moment on my profile. And I do want it to be in the landscape form, and all the other content is in portraits. It's going to have to be fresh. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't do it fresh. But sometimes there's like a needs must sort of scenario. But yeah, that's really where I'm up to. It's just like an amalgamation. It's like trying to make it all work really, and find the benefits of it, and how I can sort of streamline a process, because I think that's important for all of us, is that we learn to streamline what we do. Don't make it harder. Work smarter, not harder, you know? So, yes, it's multiple platforms, but it's so effortless, because you've done the content, and then straight away, upload. You're not really doing a lot. TikTok's obviously a lot easier to do covers, because they don't give you really much option. You can actually add a cover. So in theory, I could actually, I might start doing that even. I could do that. Going forward, I might do that. Is the covers I create for TikTok, YouTube, I could put on TikTok, because through their website they let you add your own cover. I forgot about that. When you use the phone, you're stuck with these just little snippets, the titles. With TikTok, with YouTube, you can do all these covers, but you can also do that on TikTok. You can't go back and change them all. I think you get 7 days to do it. That's interesting. I may do that. I've literally just realised it just now while I'm talking. Yeah, so that's an idea too. There's always places people can exploit, you know. It's always worth just looking at where's your time better spent. What should you be doing? How can you streamline this? How can you do this? But like I've always said, though, don't ever feel like anything was a waste, because it taught you the lesson and you learned from experience. Because that's how I do it. I've done all my websites. I've done so much live streaming gaming. It's all molded me into who I am now. That's why I can talk on camera, because of the gaming content I created. You know, I got so used to it that it's not a problem to me anymore. And I think that's the thing. It's like everything's growth. And it's through that experience you start to understand what all the platforms can benefit you and what the cons are. Like I said, I'm not on social media because it drains me. And I understand that. So someone could say, yeah, but you're losing an awful lot of traction and a chance to promote. And it's like, yeah, but I'd also lose a lot of myself, and I'm not prepared to sacrifice that to gain that. And I understand. So that's fine. So yeah, time, where we put our time is truly important.